Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Tower of God chapter 589 or season 3 episode 172. For some reason my audio looks weird, but I listened back to it and it sounds fine, so sorry if there's anything up. I don't know. It looks weird on OBS, but it sounded fine when I looked back at it. So I'm not sure what exactly the mic is picking up because I don't hear anything. But either way, I don't hear any background noise. But either way, I'm excited to read, as I always am. I feel like getting into the Rachel stuff at the end of last chapter was really exciting, and I want to see where that goes. There's so much to think about with this new place, the Sprout, that we've been introduced to, where they're having the battle and everything. Like I said, how it looked like there was already damage there. Also, just getting into the ancient plant and machine type stuff that Tower of God has going on, connections to the 10 family leaders and all of that. There's a lot of crazy connection and lore stuff there, and especially Rachel being the one to do it just makes it really exciting to me. I just really think that, again, I've said it a bunch before, that when I think of my favorite characters in Tower of God, Rachel's definitely not one that immediately comes to mind, but whenever she's here in the story, I feel like she adds a ton to the story as a character, so I like having her around. I feel like she adds to the story. So yeah, I'm excited to do all of that. I do want to give a thank you to Michael or Mikael, Menezes or Menezes. I'm again not sure. There's so many of you watching from all over the world, and pronunciation of names and stuff isn't always obvious just through text alone. I wanted to say thank you to them for warning me after last week's chapter to not look at any of the thumbnails on Webtoons for the next coming weeks. So I wanted to just thank them for that. That's really something that I should be thinking about in general more. But thank you for the warning. And yeah, I'm just sitting here trying to think, is there anything from last chapter or anything before this chapter I need to go over before I start reading? But I don't think there is. I hope it is easier on you. I think it looks a lot better after going back through and doing last week's video with the chapter kind of showing a bit through the sort of transparency I have going on here. I do think that was better looking, so I hope you all thought so as well. But either way, let's go ahead and read this chapter. Give her a smack for me, would you? She's pissing me off. We saw this last week. We have the random guy hitting Huarien. Seeing that a navigator like you let us here without causing any trouble, this must be one of the places you were supposed to bring Bomb, huh? Then, lead the way. Take me to the place where Bomb needs to go. Before him. Okay, before him. Fine. If you are worthy, that is. Oh, I am worthy. Worthy. Why do you always say stuff like that to me? If you want me to prove that I'm worthy, then I'll start right now. So, shut up and take me to the place where you're supposed to lead Bomb. And I love the effects of the little bits of splashing water from the tree that's all over the place here. So shut up and take me to the place where you're supposed to lead Bomb. You're going to regret this. It makes no difference. I already regret my own existence. And then it almost seems like Huarien's taken aback. All right then, if you really insist. Maybe it's better for you to see for yourself and regret it afterwards. I'll take you to the place where you want to go. Alright, this is very compelling for the two of them, and this one's titled Grace. So, oh, that's so cool. So we might be getting more into the Grace family, and so far I guess the Grace family, all we know is Grace Arlen, Grace Merche Luzlek, who from the naming convention we know was, a follower of V, but if not a blood relative. It's so confusing. Because we have Yeon Hana and Yeon Ilarde or Iarde, however you want to pronounce it, and it's so is Iarde also an irregular then? Are they related? Because it says they're related, and it's the same thing here with Luzlek. Is Luzlek actually related by blood to Arlen, or at the very least was adopted into Arlen's family? And then, of course, Luzlek is the one who named Bomb Juvial Grace, which I personally think is probably his real name, because Rachel's the one that named him 25th Bomb. So, yeah, again, this is cool. We're getting more into the Grace family, maybe, with whatever's here. My name is Icarus. Okay, Icarus stuff. My name is Icarus. I'm a puppet born without wings, who dreams of broader horizons. My companions and I embarked on an adventure to climb the tower. It was a long and difficult journey. So Icarus was with the 10 family heads, because this looks like Urine. Oh, this is so cool, because we might be getting hints at what some of the other family heads look like. I don't know about this long hair here. It might be long white hair. Oh, it looks like a ponytail, so it might be Edwan. I can't tell if that's Edwan. I was going to say the hair looks white, so I was going to say Aryehon. And then we have somebody else down there that might be Zahard from the haircut. And then somebody in this like samurai-esque armor. Maybe Blood Matter since they were a defender. But traveling with good friends was great fun. So the Icarus was a puppet that traveled with the family heads? Maybe? The higher we climbed in the tower, the more we were tested with powerful enemies and games, and we're seeing the machines. Because we know, again, the 5 flower nations and the machine nation existed, or nation, kingdom, whatever you want to call them, existed before the humans. Okay. And they were tested by the actual tower itself. But, which we already know, but we bravely fought back against their attacks and tests and grew stronger as a result. So puppet might just be like more figurative, but if it is literal, then Icarus could be somebody that was made by the workshop to climb with them, or it could be like Icarus could have been like a native machine to the tower. But then, like I said, puppet could also just be like, could just be metaphorical. On every floor that we passed through, new life took root. But it was difficult but extremely rewarding and meaningful work. And more importantly, is this V. I was able to be with someone I respect so much because they look like Bomb from behind. Unlike me, he's human. He was born with wings of freedom that allowed him to soar through the sky to his heart's content. Although, I'm not worthy of being his equal, and we see that Icarus did look like Rachel's Icarus. I do have one small wish. At the end of this adventure, perhaps I can find a place by his side, as long as I can die while beholding its dazzling brilliance. There are many stories of people climbing the tower, but I've never seen one like this before. It's similar to other stories, and yet it's also different. Icarus. Where have I heard that name before? And this is what trauma I saw in the book. Come to think of it, this reminds me of the chess game with that bastard. Okay, so Traumaray, they've forgotten their memories of Icarus. But Rachel knew. Dazzling brilliance. Dazzling. And of course the book that Kuhn had talked about Icarus. And the Prince of Zahard. And then pride. Find out what that is. Okay, so he's straight up calling Arrogant Kraken pride. So really laying in on the potential 7 deadly sin stuff that Traumaray has going on. That's the solution to this labyrinth. Near floating carrier rot. Okay, and we have Leviathan. Oh, and this is Suo's abilities? Is Bomb copying them here? Or no, it's not. It's coming from behind Karaka. We have Yama after... Because like all 4 of them had parts of the attack come towards them. They're finally here. Okay, oh, I'm so excited. Is Kelhelm back? It is! Holy shit! I just got chills. Kelhelm and Suo are back? I didn't expect to see them again. At least not like particularly soon. This is great. So Damas is actually kind of screwed here. That's so cool. Suo's outfit looks so cool too. I love her style. Who are they? They're from FUG. I'm surprised to see FUG actually doing something, for a change. I didn't expect to run into my old nemesis Blue Hole here. This isn't exactly a happy family this sorry, why was I adding in family there? I was about to be like, what? Are they related? This isn't exactly a happy reunion, is it? Alright. We don't have time to fight anyone else. Let's get out of here. Alright. And we have White Shinsu and a shield? I can't really tell here. It absorbed the attack. Okay. And turned it into warp energy. Okay. Well then, I'll see you all in the arena. Okay, is Richemont just gonna dip out with the book? Nope, they're getting away. We have reactions from all the FUG guys. And then a bunch of lighthouses. Probably Richemont's. Damn it, we lost them. Master, are you okay? Fiol, what are you doing here? And then Yama screaming at the sky. Those bastards are worse than cats. I almost had the book in my grasp, but I let it get away. Don't get too upset, Yama. You'll make your wounds worse. Oh, because they know the book's important. They know it's incredibly important that it could stop the war. But they don't know how important it is to Yama in his situation specifically. What? How can I not get upset in a situation like this? I'm not sure if this will help, but look on the bright side. What? I think. I remember all the contents of that book. Okay, so Bomb, again, just absorbed the knowledge. He doesn't even have to read anymore. What? I don't know why, but when I touched the book just now, all of its contents poured into my mind. It's like a whole book that I haven't even read yet is stored in my brain. And that's another thing with Bomb, that usually we as an audience, as a reader in a story, we usually either know as much as the main character, like as things get revealed to the main character, they get revealed to us, or we know more than the main character. Like we know things about the lore in the series that the main character hasn't learned yet. But with Tower of God, Bomb has seen the Leviathan memories. He's had Cha tell him about the stuff that he knows about, like the lore of the tower and like the ancient times and all of that. And now he knows the contents of this book. So Bomb knows so much that we as the readers are just not being told yet. A whole book that I haven't even read yet is stored in my brain. I remember everything I saw. It's all in my memory. You read and memorized a whole book in that brief moment. Yes, that's impossible. Whenever I turn the page of a book, I can barely remember what was on the previous page, and he's yelling it. Then there's something wrong with you. Are you sure you're a high ranker? I think this is on brand for high rankers. High rankers not being able to read or to count feels very on brand for high rankers so far. It's like they're so powerful that they're like, we don't need basic education anymore. But that meat-headed Yama aside, but I think we'd better hurry. What? I only read the first chapter of the book, but I have a feeling something bad is going to happen in the arena. The arena is a special thing. That's why Rachel's going there. There's something there. We know that way back in the hotel, I forget who it was who explicitly said it out loud, but it might have been Gororo, but somebody specifically said, oh, it looks like Gustang is trying to lure like Bomb and Traumerei to a specific place for some reason. Why would it have made sense for Gororo to say that? I don't remember who said that, but somebody like explicitly said that it seemed like Traumerei was trying to lure, or that Gustang was trying to lure Traumerei and Bomb to a specific place. Something bad. Yes. To be honest, I'm not even sure what that means, but that's what it said in the book's first chapter. It said that if the family head ever wants that book back, when I open this book again, it means the time has come. When I wish for the destruction of everything in the tower, it means he wants to destroy everything in the tower. And now we have Lobadan's fleet. We're getting back to Doan fighting Kirin's people. Okay. Sir, Kirin's forces are under attack. We should help them. Oh god. What is it? Kadede? Kadede's still just not being in the loop at all. Wait a bit longer. These are the commander's orders. Sir. Damn it. Why is he so clueless? Because you didn't tell him the plan. Rack, is everything ready? Yep, I'm all ready. And he has the ancient spear. The ancient spear is looking a lot nicer and fancier. It's like all of the old, like, it used to look like all, like, brown and stonish and rusty. And now it looks almost like a nicer, fancier version of, gosh, what was it? The Mad Shocker that he had. Remember our target. Okay, the leader guy is that guy. When are we going to shoot? Hang in there a little longer. Just a little more. Until we see him. And when the hell is that going to be? This thing is damn heavy. Now, it's time. For you to die. You bastard. And Rack transforms as he throws the spear. Okay, and we know that the spear is strong enough to even take out high rankers, it said. We see a bunch of destruction coming. And then he glances up. Oh? And it seems like he might have been able to avoid it. Or at least some of it. It looks like he ducked under it. Oh, nope. Never mind. Never mind. He's probably... Again... Is he strong enough? We know that some guys can survive some crazy stuff, but given that getting sniped in the head would have been a problem for Evankel, I'm assuming that unless he has some special power similar to Karaka and Dumas, that a shot to the head might be a fatal one. Bullseye. We have like a long tail fully transformed Rack. I got him. And then he goes back to Chibi Rack. Did you see that? That dinosaur thing just attacked Gideon's forces with a spear. His troops are disoriented now that their commander is dead. Even the last few remaining troops are running away. The commander's been killed, and Gideon's people are retreating. That was a very bold move on their part. Katan's still thinking, loving this, enjoying this. Oh, and we have Lobadan taking notice as well. Oh gosh, this looks like the warpless warping. What is it? It is. It's the at least one. We know they have at least one. The one that Gustang's actually at. The ships that can warp without one. The pseudo Shinwan Ryu stuff. So either they have more than one, or Gustang is here. And I love the darkening of the Shinsu in the sky around them all. Oh, and somebody's riding on it. Or somebody's riding on one of these buildings. A warp? But there isn't even a gate. What's going on? Oh, and Hugo looks kind of okay in this battle. What's that? I've never seen that type of floating carrier before. FUG. In the air, far away from Hugo's carrier. Oh, and they're in their own ship now. Is Slayer Karaka alright? Says Kelhelm. Yeah, but his armor took a bad hit, so he won't be able to fight for a while. Karaka, man, it's kind of sad that Karaka's getting taken out of action for a bit. Viol went back to see Lobadan, and based on what I've heard, Kirion's acting on his own, independently of Lopobia's army. The situation appears quite serious. This might really be the end of one of the two families. I know. We certainly don't want to be drawn into the war, but this could be a chance for us to move one step closer to our ultimate goal, or towards our ultimate goal. In fact, it must be, because this is the moment I've been waiting for. This moment is the reason. Oh! Is this an FUG fleet? That I summoned him from the darkness. Who do we have? They have a butterfly or like moth wings? I have chills. Who is it? Is it going to be Jinsung or Hajinsung and Kelhelm have arrived? Lord Grace! I see. We're actually getting to see him. There is no way. This is so cool. We have the long black hair. The like moth or butterfly wings. Okay. Do we get to see more? I feel like this is just where it ends though. Our god wishes to witness the death of the family head in the arena. Okay. Yeah. We get... Man. We get cut off there. I want to see more. The outfit is interesting though, and they mentioned like Icarus mentioning the wings before. And it's interesting that this person actually like has them. So assuming the person we're seeing from the back here, unless, okay, it might be two separate people actually. The person in this panel, let me see. I can show two panels. Let me get rid of, can I get rid of this? Yeah, I can show two panels. So this this I'm assuming is Lord Grace. This I'm assuming we're finally getting to see Luzlek. I'm like so excited. My face feels hot. I think that's him, but I was thinking that this was the same person but from behind, so I was thinking that this would be him, but I actually don't think so. I think this is the person who is saying, who's like, yeah, I thought that this at first was going to be Luzlek when they said Lord Grace, and that this was just two different angles of the same character, but now I think it's two different characters. I think this is the person who is saying that Jinsung and Kelhelm have gotten there. And then, because it seems like they, if you see right here, can you see my cursor on screen? I don't know if you can or not. It seems like their hair is like out to the side, whereas this person's is tied back. So I do think it's two different characters now. But this person's design is cool too. The super long hair tied back, the moth wings I think are incredibly cool. So I think it is two separate people. So if we're seeing, this is going to be insane if we actually get to like fully see Luzlek. So if we get to fully see Luzlek, then we've seen Luzlek, White, Karaka, who we still haven't seen without the mask, without the armor to be fair. We've seen those three, Yama. So there's one more I'm missing, right? White, Karaka, Yama, and if we see Luzlek, then I personally kind of already count Bomb as a Slayer, but I thought there were 7 that were already Slayers. Oh yeah, so we haven't seen, there's one that we haven't even had name dropped yet, but they've been like talked about in the lore generally. So there's one mysterious one, we don't even know the name, they haven't been name dropped yet, they've only been talked about in like apocryphal lore stuff. And then we have Immort, who I do believe Immort has been mentioned in the actual main comic already, and Pafama Morseto, who was mentioned by Madarako. So we have 2 we haven't seen, and then the one we haven't even had name dropped yet. Man, this is exciting. This, I think, is one of the most important chapters we've had. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, for the grand scope of things, I think Traumaray first showing up at the nest is a huge thing, but I don't know if it's as huge as this. Like the Icarus stuff, the stuff that's going on with Rachel and where she's going. 2 family heads, one of them might be wiped out, they're about to do battle, and it's going to be at this specific place that has specific importance. Traumaray learning more about the Icarus stuff, Gustang potentially getting the book and wanting to destroy the tower, and getting introductions for more Grace stuff. And the chapter was titled Grace, and having Luzlek potentially enter the story for real, who's another, like, questionably family head level force in the story. So you have all of that at play. I would think it's almost the most important stuff in the grand scheme of things since the Arlen and V reveal back in Floor of Death. It's like Arlen and V reveal in Floor of Death, and maybe since then it's like maybe you can argue Traumaray showing up, and specifically the Wang Wang and Nen Nen flashback, which was incredible. And then there's this stuff that to me is like maybe the biggest since that, in terms of like overall story. Wow. Okay, this chapter was incredible, and now it's gonna be so hard waiting a week and then waiting another week and then waiting another week. So yeah, please, at this junction in the story, with this stuff going on, please do not spoil me, even though I know some of you are months ahead. I don't know anything that's going to happen other than that people have been hyping it up and saying it's very, very good. Specifically, people were saying that 599 was incredible. So as much as I'm excited for everything between now and 599, 599 is the one I heard so many people saying was really good that I just am extremely excited for. But yeah, so please don't spoil me at this point. I'll do my best not to look at the thumbnails when new chapters come out on Sunday nights. Thank you so much for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed the video. I feel like I was so engrossed in the chapter that I didn't do as much discussion as I usually do. I probably, because I was so excited, just ran in circles a lot. So sorry about that. But either way, if you liked the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, my first thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Tower of God, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you my brain is still just, there are some reactions, not just Tower of God, but to other series I have where something huge happens, and I just feel like it's hard to even end the video. It's hard to focus on the outro because I'm just so focused, so blown away on what I just read. What an incredible chapter. Because even, I always said, the hugest thing for me, the thing that was going to get me most, was when we finally get to see Luzlek. And now, it's now when we do get to see him, I kind of know it's coming because we've had this kind of hinting at him. This is cool, but it's not like a full reveal. We don't really get to see him. And if we do in a couple chapters, if we actually get to see him, if that's what next chapter leads into, that'll be incredibly exciting. I'll be extremely excited to see him. But at the same time, it's okay, now I kind of know it's coming because this chapter told us he's here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm getting way off topic. I don't even remember what my point was anymore. Actually, this is after recording me cutting this back into the video. I remembered what I was trying to say, the point that I was getting to. As much as I'm excited for the Grace Mercier Luzlek stuff here, the hints at him showing up, getting this tiny little glimpse of his face, as much as that's really making me really excited, I think actually the stuff at the beginning of the chapter, the Icarus stuff, might be the stuff that hit the hardest for me even. But yeah, either way, back to what I said before. I already said comment, subscribe if you want to. If you want a link to the Discord server, we can talk there. Just ask and I can give you a link to it. It's free and open for anyone. We always talk about stuff there. If you would like to follow on Twitter, you can. If you want to help support the channel, drop a super thanks down below if you want to, or if you want One Piece a bit early, if you want a shout out at the end of every video, in addition to just knowing you're helping out the channel. You can get joined down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to people who are patrons and members. As I said, thank you Chosen Regular Evan Hawley, thank you to Magical Girls Evernono and Smeller Dog, thank you Cherryton Student David Langstaff, thank you Slayer Candidates SG and Stan Cedar, and thank you Pure Element Pate Ardialo. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.